Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Hadassa of Waiting Rooms Trust, and you're welcome to the Waiting Room. As usual, we talk about such relevant issues. We talk about fun stuff, sometimes very painful, sometimes easy, but it's all part of the waiting. And today, my guest, should I introduce you as my
But
guest
am
or
I
just
a
my
guest?
co-host? She's just my friend, Sheila.
Me, I'm the drag along. Yeah.
You proceed and talk, introduce yourself.
Hi guys, it's really nice to see you guys. Sheila in the formal circles, subwoofer to others, woofer to others, whatever tickles your fancy and makes you sleep at night.
That's it.
Yes.
I hear you.
What are we talking
Very
about
good.
today?
We're talking about very easy stuff. Remember, maybe just to bring our viewers to speed, we have a support group. It's closed support group on Facebook called Waiting Rooms Trust Support Group. And sometimes we discuss topical issues that are surround waiting, fertility, and stuff like that. So there's a point in life we realized that there are so many people who've probably been just married or who are not sure of how to go about hospital visits. What do you need to prepare? What happens in such spaces? How should you behave? Should you go and shut up? Should you Google first before you go? What happens in such spaces? And so today our discussion is going to be surrounding preparation for that fertility clinic appointment. Sheila, we've done this for like how long?
Let me tell you. Wow, it's been?
For me, it's been 14 years.
Look at that. 10 years for me. To the point where you even nickname the instruments the doctor uses. Hey, there's one we call Miss Wonder. Yeah, anywho, that's for another day. But you know what? I've been meaning to ask this. At what point did you see a doctor, obs? Let's start with an obs guy.
An obs guy.
The first time, like, you know, when couples are getting married, yeah, you're told, yeah, it's good to go and get checked, just in case you never know. Did you guys go through that?
No.
Did you? Oh wow.
We actually didn't go through that. I think my first visit to an obs gyne was in high school, and it had some hormonal issues. I just thought it was hormonal. So that was my first visit to an obs gyne, and it's not a visitor I like talking about. It was a messed up visit. He thought I was pregnant the whole time. Just
What?
like, I'm not pregnant. I don't know things to do with boys. Like,
Wow.
no, we have to check. We have to press your tummy. And I'm just like, okay, do your thing. But remember, we don't have the money and time. So anyway, that was my first visit. But now, after marriage, do you want me to count? Do you want me to count how many doctors I've seen?
14 years is enough. 14 years is enough. But you see clearly, just the thought that you're going to see a doctor who is dealing with not your face, not your, like they're dealing with your nether regions and your private parts. They're called private for a reason.
Yeah.
Clearly it wasn't such a good experience.
No.
So for many, when you say fertility specialist, where, even not forget obs guy. This is even deeper.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to see a fertility
What are they going to do to check?
Yeah. How much worse is it than an obs gyne? Because for many, obs gyne visits are not the best.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't be going to the obs gyne to discuss coffee and sandwiches, right?
You have to just say hi. I'm
Yeah,
going to check up on
exactly.
you.
Yeah. So, what do you feel? How, if it was given to you again, what would you have done differently for your first visit to the fertility clinic?
First, I would never go in a trouser. There's nothing like that you're going to hide stuff, and it's all just open. So if I knew then, I would have just gone in my dera and be easy. But there are certain things that I feel I would have done better. Like number one, just understanding and talking freely about the reason why I was there. What do I mean? Most times I visited this fertility specialist that just say, Doc, I'm feeling pain here. like what pain, it just comes during this period and blah blah. And but I wish now if I were to do it again, I'd understand my body more. I know me. I know which side hurts, what could it be, at what cycle date, and I ask questions. I would not leave that clinic with one doubt in my mind. And I think that is what a mistake most of us make, yeah? Because people leave the clinic, you leave the clinic with so many unanswered questions like, what was that test for? What was that procedure for? Why did the doctor mention that issue? And remember, you paid for consultation.
And then the worst bit is you come online and expect us to give answers to what the doctor would have very easily and comfortably
Responded
Yeah,
to.
responded and explained in a better way. It's not an opinion. It's actually, this is what it is scientifically. When you said trousers, so Miss Wanda, for those who don't know, if you have done your fertility doctor visit and a point where he says or she says, we need to do a transvaginal scan.
TVS.
Hey. I think when awake, that is the most invasive procedure in a fertility clinic or
True.
an obs-gyns office. It is an instrument that they use taken up your vagina and they check your ovaries and they check, hey, yes. That is why we don't wear trousers when we are going to see the fertility specialist, because yeah, you need to strip down and it's pretty uncomfortable compared to when you're wearing the dera that she has
Yeah,
said. All
it's
you have to
easy.
do is just
Lift it.
Yeah, and it's an easier process, a more comfortable process
Yeah.
than you having to go through the, okay, now I have to undress, it's cold. And one, to you, if it is a male fertility specialist, you're not used to this space, you're not used to this person. Hey,
It gets uncomfortable.
dress comfortably.
Yeah.
Dress very, very comfortably. Dress for long term, like you'll be that in that office for a long while.
Yeah.
Just a disclaimer, you won't go in and get out. You will probably find it's a fast come fast serve basis kind of scenario, even if you have been given a time slot. Like you're told come at 12, you will be there at 12, but you will find 15 other people who are still waiting. So
Yeah.
please prepare to just psychologically know that you might be there for a very, very long time. So carry a book.
Yeah. I always carry a book.
Carry a book, carry your tablet, your phone. Make
Some
sure it's
music.
charged well so that you can do your reading. For those of us who do ebooks,
Some music. You can listen to
your
some music.
your games. Just keep your mind entertained, because also what that does is it releases and eases the tension you probably have, plus the one you'll find. There's a joke in the infertility circles that the one place you don't discuss or share with people is the fertility clinic.
That's the weirdest part.
You know, everyone comes and everyone is quiet. You're all looking at each other like, okay, what? You want to ask, what are you here for? But it's such a sacred space.
Yeah.
No one wants to openly just talk about themselves.
And in fact, that brings me to this topic. If when we get to such points, first of all, your appointment is late, you're already feeling pissed off, you're easily irritable, and you might be tempted to respond to every unpleasant comment very negatively. And by this, I'm referring to the staff working at the fertility clinic. Like, yes, I understand. Some of them have no idea of what you're going through. Some of them have no idea of your journey. And some could be aware. So the way we treat you as waiting rooms trust or people who've walked this journey is different from the treatment you might get at that place. But just to make yourself comfortable, Sheila, what would you do as a person? How would you treat the staff at the fertility clinic?
Let me tell you, I have purposed. Like this was from my day one. I'm going to be very nice to the staff in the fertility clinic.
Yeah.
Reason being, they're holding so much of my self. Like, imagine coming in there and no one has said good morning to you the whole day. No one has talked to you nicely. You've probably been insulted somewhere. And then you come into this space and no one is smiling at you. And hey, no. So for me, I purposed, I'm going to be very deliberate and be nice to them. I've learned when you smile at someone first,
This may be
it's very hard for them to be nasty to you.
true.
Very, very hard. So my weapon of choice, I come in with such a big smile. And it is so effective to the point that, like my last visit, when I was calling to confirm my appointment, the receptionist said, "We've missed your smile." And it works. It
Yeah.
just works. So for me, I put aside my issues and I just say, you know what? These guys are going to work with me for a very long time. They're probably going to be there during my pregnancy, God willing.
Yeah.
I might as well just be good to them.
It helps you. You're helping yourself by
Yes.
doing that. And it doesn't mean that they are not, we don't have those one-off cases where there's just one mean stuff. But at least it comes from a point where you've done your bit. They're not mean because anything you've done of anything you've done to them, or you've been rude or stuff like that. So being friendly also gives you a peace of mind. And sometimes I say I'm going with no expectations from the staff,
Exactly.
but the doctor.
Exactly.
The doctor knows what I need, knows what I'm going through, so that is different. The staff are just there to attend to me. Like the receptionist is to make sure I'm in for my appointment, does my booking and all. So as much as you can, be nice to them.
And remember, they're also human. They're probably going
Yes.
through
Stuff.
other things. We don't know if their children are sick.
Or
That
if
is
they're also
why-
waiting.
Yeah, they could
Who
also
knows?
be waiting and they don't have the opportunity you have. So really, when you just factor in humanity, you realize, you know what, a smile won't hurt anyone. Yeah.
Yeah. And your prescriptions, that's where I'm going next. You're given your medicine, you're told this is what you're going to take, and you'll have it for 3 months. Do you take time and ask your doctor, fertility specialist, or what are the side effects? Like, yes, you read, ask the side effects, and if there's any. The reason I'm talking about this is there's a specific medication I took for endometriosis that really messed up my bones. By then, I was pretty young. I didn't know that there could have been a probable solution. And maybe my doctor just forgot to mention. So by the time I was realizing that my bones are affected, it was rather a bit too late, but now I know better. And what lesson did I learn from that? Read your prescription really well, know the side effects, and share with your doctor if you feel anything unfriendly. Like if my bones are acting up, if today I wake up and I'm trying to climb the stairs and I feel funny, there are supplements that I realized I can take. There are many natural remedies. I up certain things that I take in my diet. What do you think about that?
I think also factor in that people react and respond differently to different medicine. Someone else could have been given the exact same dose you got and they didn't get affected in any way. So the doctor is probably also just waiting for you to say, Daktari, I'm feeling
Funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because the last patient he gave this to or she gave that to didn't get any effect. So when you're dealing with medicine, please remember it is not a one of for all of us one size fits all.
Yeah.
It's not. The way I will take Piriton and the way she will take Piriton
Knocks me up completely.
how it will knock her me, it might make me hyper. So really,
Yeah.
read through your prescriptions. If you have any questions there and then, please ask. If you go home and you find other questions, call back and ask. I've never met a doctor who is not willing to respond to calls or texts after
That's
a
right.
visit. There's always someone who's willing to help. Please don't go online in a group like waiting rooms and start asking medicine manenos because we are not doctors.
We react
We won't
differently.
help you.
Yeah.
We won't help you. I will send you back to your doctor and ask, did you ask? So don't be shy to ask anything concerning your medication.
That's right. And remember, since we've been in the waiting journey for a while, Sheila and I, and maybe some of you will be watching this, I'm sure you have a medical history. You've seen Dr. A and B and C and gone back to A, left A, shifted to another B. You know, it happens. Like, I'm trying to count the number of doctors I've seen. I don't know. So it's important that you have your medical reports. And I usually say that sometimes I don't need to carry them because I have it here. I know when I went for my first visit, what happened, the test that was done, but that is me. We are different. It's important that you carry your medical results and history. It makes your work easier. What do you think?
I think so too. It really helps the doctor that you're going, the new doctor you're going to see. I remember for us when we were seeing our current specialist, and she asked, so why are we here? And I told her I have a copy of, I'd actually printed it out. We had printed it out before we went to the visit, and I told her we actually have a copy of our previous, the report the doctor gave from our previous doctor.
Yeah.
And she was so happy. She was so excited. It's like you've cut her story into half. Because now she doesn't have to deal with, okay. And remember, there are things you could probably leave out.
Yeah.
You won't remember every dosage of medication you were given. Some you got when you were in a zone, yani. You don't remember anything. You just remember popping in tablets. So those histories are very good, and reports are very good for your next, especially if you're doing a new visit.
Yeah.
It really, really helped.
Or else you'll have to take the tests again, you know.
Yeah, and
you
that's
save
expensive.
on money. Yeah, these
Where?
tests are really costly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, you might still be asked to redo some tests. So when you're going for that visit, be open. You know, sometimes you go and you're like, hiyo nilishafanya. We need another HSG. You think about the pain. I'm like, nope, we're not going to do that. In my last visit to the hospital, remember the TVSs that we've talked about, the transvaginal scan, I think I had 9.
Wow.
9 TVSs in 3 days. You know, at some point, like every time I'd go to this specialist, because they were really trying to figure out how to help me before my 4th surgery. So I'd get here and I'm just looking at the bed. I'm like, okay, next. My husband was really tired. He was just like,
I can imagine.
Must we do it over and over again?
It's so
sometimes
imposing.
Yeah,
yes. But those things helps. Please don't be afraid. If you're not content with whatever it is you have been given, the summary of why you are there, after the scientific research has been done, and you're still feeling something is amiss here, it's okay to get a second opinion
and a
from
third and
another doctor.
Yes.
Not me. I am not a doctor. Please get a second, third, get different opinions and see if they all align. Then chances are number 1 was right. If they don't align, then pray about it and figure out whom will you see, who is giving you a better comprehensive result-oriented report. And not to say that you should avoid the one who's giving you harsh truth.
Oh, yes. You'd be like, I can't handle that one. Too much.
It's too nasty. No, let me go to this one who's not telling me everything. If I were you, I would go to that harsh one because they're dealing with everything that they need to deal with.
Truth as it is, you know, they don't sugarcoat stuff and say that
my previous fertility specialist, the guy does not know how to have stories with you. He's not social ethics over here. No, him is, you've come, let's go do your transvaginal. He checks you, tells you whatever he needs to tell you. Next, like he doesn't have time.
For some of us, that would be a struggle.
Oh my gosh, my heart aches. Why am I going through this? Him, he doesn't have time for that. Him is for, this is what's happening. This is what's going on. You need to do this. We need to do this. We can try this. We cannot try this. Well, are you ready? You're not ready? Okay, I will
Next
see you
time.
when you're ready. You're ready? Then come on this and this day. Here are the medicines you need. Like, he's very this, but he's very good at what he does. Very, very good. So from day one, we agreed we will not take nastiness personally. And we will just agree. This guy has about 15, 20 other women to see.
Yeah.
Who are probably twice as difficult as I am. So I can't imagine what he's going to go through for the rest of the day. So I better just behave and be nice. And at the end of the day, we became very good friends.
Most people walk the fertility journey and are so lonely in this. Whereby, Sheila, you go to the hospital today and I'm not aware and something happens to you and there's literally nobody in your circle that knows. You know very well when I'm going for these procedures, I inform you. I also know when you're going for procedures, you inform me. And sometimes we even laugh while you're waiting to see the doctor, you know. It just makes it a little lighter for you.
It does.
So I'm for the opinion that you need to have that one trusted person. It could be your spouse. It could be your friend who's walked the same journey. It could be somebody who, just in case you go for a procedure and maybe you're feeling drowsy and all, can come and check up on you, can drive you home. That is my view. I want to hear Sheila's opinion because I think we get requests of people saying, I was just alone, there was no one to walk with me. And I'm finding that a bit difficult and strange because it's already a lonely journey. Why do you want to walk it alone?
Here's my thought.
Yes, please.
This might sound a bit harsh, but let me tell you, you made the choice to walk alone. It's a choice you have made. So really, you can't woye, because you have decided, I will walk alone. You have the opportunity to tell, like there's so many people around you, even if it's not on a space of personal one-on-one, beyond your spouse. I mean, there's waiting rooms.
Yeah, the support group is
There's
amazing.
a support. Yeah. We've had so many occasions where one of us has gone to sit with someone during a procedure or during a process.
True.
So really, you have no excuse to put loneliness into that equation. And let me tell you something. The devil will find you there. And will tell you things. And will find things. And by the time you realize what's going on, the rest of us don't know how to pity you. We've moved on with life. Then you start saying people are bad. No one is bad. We are. There's a space of availability. You need to tell someone. You need to have someone, at least one person, whom you can just let them know, like, yeah, tomorrow I'm going for this. Tomorrow I'm going for this. The doctor had suggested this injection. The doctor had suggested these meds. You know, just so that if anything happens to you and they are fast on the scene or they are called, they can say they are just from this procedure and they were given this kind of medicine, so that you're also not given stuff that counteracts and messes up your body.
And I think I really like that point, or even if there's no one in your immediate space, you can talk to someone in the support group. I really like the ladies in our group who come like a day before and say, I'm going for HSG, what should I expect? Like, I'm going to this hospital, what do I do? Because at that point, the next day, we can easily follow up and ask, how was it? How are you doing?
Yes.
Did you go?
Exactly.
What were the results?
Exactly.
How are you coping? It's part of self-care. Be selfish about taking care of yourself. You know, I'm imagining myself going for a pregnancy test after my body convinces me beyond any reasonable doubt that I've conceived. And then the result is negative and nobody knows. You know, sometimes I just call you and say, Sheila, nilijidanganya tena. You know, And you will laugh. Even if I want to cry, you'll cry, laugh.
We'll find something to laugh about or something to cry about. There are also situations where you get things that you didn't expect. Like, I mean, in this TTC journey, there's so many things that will just crop up on you. And you don't know how, you're like, huh? That exists?
Yeah.
But because someone else is in that journey, they can very easily understand, and you figure out your way ahead.
Mm-hmm.
There's this thing that keep ringing. It's just ringing in my mind. Preparing yourself prior to the visit. You know, as we've just already gone to the. We don't even know how you slept last night. Did you even sleep? Did you eat well? You might go to that clinic at 8 a.m. and leave at 4.
Eat before you go.
Hey. Eat before you go. Make
unless
sure you're
advised
yes,
otherwise.
Unless the doctor says they're doing this and this procedure on you and you don't need to have eaten, then don't. But otherwise, please feed yourself. Plan for your evening meal. Like, please just know, today I'm going to the doctor's. My day might be like this. You don't know what news you will get when you get to the doctor's.
Yeah.
You don't know what you will hear or not hear. And then you're done with that and you just don't have energy to cook. You shouldn't
just want to be.
Yeah.
There's an African proverb that says, whatever you're going through in life, eat first.
Thanks. So just make sure you pre-prep for the visit. Have your meals ready. Have your good night's sleep. Do be kind to you. Then comes... You get to the clinic and you're told, we need to do this test, and you hadn't planned for it.
Do you know, there's a time I went to the hospital for a checkup. I was feeling sick. And that is how I ended up admitted and in the theater that evening.
Look at that.
And wondering, how did I didn't even have a chance to get back home.
How did I get here?
Yeah. You know, you don't have it planned, but again, seen in life.
Yeah. So I think when you know you have to see these doctors and the specialists and they're dealing with your body, and first of all, listen to your body.
Oh, yes, please. Yeah, listening to your body.
Listen to your body, because then chances are high from there will come that abrupt, you need to do this test. You need to do, because when you go and say, hey, doctor, I'm feeling, this is off a bit. I'm not used to, I usually don't feel this pain.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm feeling this. That will direct the doctor to start searching about that pain. Next thing you know, we need to do this test. You need to be admitted today. It's an emergency. And you've walked in okay.
Yeah.
Please try your level best to have contingencies. Figure out how you will have an extra something in your pocket.
Just in case.
Yes.
Just
that
in
can
case.
facilitate a just in case.
True.
Because anything can happen. Just because you're going for a normal checkup doesn't mean you will live there normal.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. Just have something in your pocket. The last visit I had with the doctor, the medicine that the doctor prescribed for me, in fact, they were telling me, I don't want to be the one to sell. I can give you this medicine and just give you a receipt. But I know the cost of this medicine. I'd rather you go get it, ABC, it's cheaper there.
Yeah. That's kind.
Now, you see, that's why I tell you, be nice to them.
Yeah.
They will give you such leakages and you won't have to spend so much. But do you know, when we were checking out different spaces, how much this medicine was? It was ranging from 10,000 Kenya shillings for one injection to 35,000.
What?
The same injection. Different places have different. So imagine if we didn't have the leeway to say, okay, we can afford this medicine.
Yeah.
And it is a timed shot. Like, if I miss it, then
That's
paka
it.
next month. You know, like, that's it. So just have that leeway in your pocket and know anything can be thrown your way.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the truth.
Anything can be thrown your way, and the costs can vary like crazy. So
Right.
I think those are like the basics, I should say, I have encountered. Post your visit, please be nice and be kind to yourself. Rest. Take care of yourself.
And Sheila, I think that we should have a discussion on this, because imagine a case where you are in formal employment and you need to go back to work. What do you tell your boss? How do you go about this? I think we need to have a conversation on this, how to survive fertility trips or infertility at the workplace.
True.
Yeah.
It's very important.
Very important. So we'll talk about that probably in our next show.
Yeah.
But for now, I think unless you have a parting shot,
just be kind to yourself. Be nice to your doctor's office. They are put there for you. They are there for you. They're not there to be against you.
yeah.
So don't come into that office with a negative mentality. And remember, positivity works. Like if you're positive towards the doctor, the nurses, the even the receptionist, they will give you 110% of themselves. So just take care of you, take care of your space, take care of your environment.
Yeah.
Take care of, just be nice, be positive. It will pay. I promise you, it will pay. God loves you. We are here for you. And I think I'm done. I love it.
That's awesome. And remember to ask questions. You've paid that consultation fee for a reason. Ask questions. If you feel anything has been left untackled, ask your doctor. I am sure they're more than willing to help you. Don't be shy. I don't know why we shy off from such things. Just ask questions, please. And do your research too. Like, there are certain things when you listen to your body, like we've talked about it, you'll know that you have such certain triggers, even in terms of food. Like, I know stuff that when I take, I won't be able to sit here right now. So do your research, listen to your body, take care of yourself, love yourself. You are special.
You are enough.
You are enough. You are complete. And yes, this is just a journey. And there's something I read. I like reading Rick Warren books. And he says that God will never waste a pain.
Oh, yeah.
He will use that for his glory. And imagine, God does not just cast worthless stones into the fire.
True.
He cast the best. So you're going through this journey not because God wants to frustrate you, or you're a bad person, or you've done something mean. You're just going through this journey. Others have also gone it too. So we are here for you, like Sheila has said. We are here to support you. You feel free to join our support group, Waiting Rooms Trust Support Group on Facebook. We are on Instagram. We have a Telegram group. We have regional groups. We have meetings. We've tried as much as possible to have everything accessible just for you. And men, you're also included in this. So thank you so much for following our show. Remember to subscribe, like, and share our video, and give us a thumbs up in case you like anything. And if you want us to, you have suggestions on the next programs, feel free to also indicate on the comment section. Today's program has been sponsored by Kenras Limited. Feel free to contact Kenras Limited for all your mounting solutions, water filtration solutions, and automation stuff. From Sheila and I, and from the waiting room, goodbye.
Cheers.
And see you next time.